Alright, but anyway. It's time for the second game here. Happy managed to take the first one. It was still quite close though, I would say. Like, really Focus losing his shop and not being able to rebuild it completely lost the game for him, basically. Because if Focus would have had a shop, he would have been able to drive Happy away so much earlier, and Happy wouldn't have been able to stay for so long and actually finish the game with that push. So it was a really awesome game for Happy with getting the chop earlier and being able to cancel it over and over again. But now it's Terenas Stand, now it's a completely different map, different creep routes, and all that beautiful stuff. So this is going to work out a little differently as well. We still have up to 4 more games coming up, including this one. Unless Happy decides to win this game and the next one as well and go for a 3-0. Which I don't think is too likely, but let's see. Not really the best items for the Blade Master so far. That's really quite bad for him. But he gets a level 2. Gets a ton of agility, which is quite nice for him. And he's going for a 1 borrow attack again. Really, I didn't see so much Orc versus UD on pro level lately. But I think 1 borrow attack is still not all too usual in this matchup. Because oftentimes Orcs prefer to go into more grunts, I think, in this matchup. Holy shit. Sorry for that noise, guys. That was like a motorcycle just driving around here. It's basically like I'm living near like the end of the village here, so as soon as it's like the village ends basically, they're allowed to drive a lot faster, so they just drive insanely fast for like a short amount of time, and then it's like insanely loud. That's what that just was. But anyway, getting back into the game. It's level 2 now for Happy, and he scouted this with the skeleton, so he knows what's going on here, I think. So he wants to try to secure as much XP here as possible. Actually, not 100% sure if he scouted or not. But Focus gets another Gauntlet of Strength, not even the Slippers. Like, he really is unlucky with items right now. Picks up a circlet from the shop though, is not able to steal the Sasquatch here. So Happy actually already level 2.5 on his DK, but now the Fiend is in some trouble. He sold 1 Gauntlet to get boots instead. But really, the items for Focus's Blade Master really do suck in this game, compared to a potential double Slippers of Agility into Circlet into another Circlet from the shop and boots. Then he would have been ridiculously strong. But that's just how this game works out sometimes. You sometimes have item luck, you sometimes don't. And let's see how it works out now. Happy definitely wants to try to get level 3 again, but it's not going to be easy on this map here. Especially because there's only this creep sword here left, it's not going to be enough for level 3. This one is gone, so you can't take that for level 3 since Focus already took that. And Focus going for a beautiful block onto the Fiend here, so it cannot move into the base. But at the same time, he's losing his grunt and the Fiend will still survive, it looks like. And both of the grunts are actually in quite some trouble here now. And since Blade Master, I mean, doesn't have so much damage output thanks to bad items, he can't really pick off any of the Fiends here. He might be able to pick this one off. Happy tried to go for a nice block attempt here, but didn't quite get it. There's one more call for the DK, so he will definitely get one of those grunts. He can call him to death now. And there we go. Just did so, and the Blade Master manages to pick off the Fiend as well. Cost him like 1 or 2 Windwalks though. So that's still kind of an equal trade, but Focus should preferably have a better trade as Orc in this matchup here. And again, he's going into Spirit Lodge Bestiary, no early tier 3 tech, Shadowhunter again, so we'll most likely see a Pit Lord again as well as the third hero for Happy. And he's most likely going to go for a push again with that. They're both going for the exact same build order again, 1 borrow tech for Focus, Spirit Lodge Bestiary and late tier 3 tech. Into Shadowhunter while Happy is going into early tier 3 tech. No Slaughterhouse yet because he's too low on lumber, since he had to use the ghoul to defend a little bit. And he is also getting lumber here instead of closer to Graveyard. Closer to Graveyard he will get more lumber. Well, at least faster, because the travel distance between the ghoul and the Graveyard would be a lot smaller. But he gets his Slaughterhouse nonetheless. But now Happy was a little too far out of his base. Gets one of his Fiend's hacks, he has no more coil. That Blade Master though will have another Windwalk quite soon. Nice block by Happy, sadly it's not enough though. Another Hex coming in here, and that Fiend will also die before he can get a coil. And that's a really good opening for Focus. Happy was too confident, he was too aggressive, went too far out of his base. He pays the price with 2 Fiends, which hurts him a lot. He lost 3 Fiends in total already in this game. got one grunt in return though, but this is really good for focus now. And he manages to get out of here without losing much more. The problem with Happy's playstyle is Happy is going for early tier 3 tech, which means late Lich and late Slaughterhouse. So late Frost Armor, late stat use for healing up and such. So focus, as soon as he has a Shadowhunter, can basically punish Happy really heavily for leaving his base, and that's exactly what happened here. DK really close to level up, sadly can't get it. He wants to get a green spot here, but that's gone already, with Focus having taken it earlier. And he got another circlet for his blade, so he has quite some survivability there, which is quite nice. That's definitely what he wants to have here. Because claws are nice, Gloves of Haste is nice for damage output, but you rather want to have circlet in this matchup here on your blade, as long as you only have one circlet so far, which was the case for Focus. You rather want to have more circlets to have some more survivability, because you can have all the claws plus 15 or whatever on your Blade Master, but if you don't have the survivability to actually keep him in the fight, all the damage output does not matter in the end. So you rather want to have survivability for continuous damage output, and that Blade Master still provides a lot of damage. Manages to pick up the creep here, gets a Delirious Fruit of Accuracy, that would have been really good for Happy. So it's really good that Focus managed to steal that one. Almost gets us around on the Shadowhunter here, but not quite. Shadowhunter manages to move out with his Scroll Speed here. Only now there's a level 2 coil for the DK. And the Lich happily tanking the creeps here, Tome of Knowledge Rim, no Tome of XP. And another pickoff on a Fiend, another Hex there. Moving his Shadowhunter away already, doesn't want to risk anything here. And wants to pick this off with the Blade Master. Not quite enough though, but at least it forced another Frost Armor and another coil, and bought some time. So that's nice. Destroy upgrade coming in already, another Fiend as well. And for Focus again, as we've seen it in the last game, he's already going for his tier 3 tech as well. Level 3 for the Blade Master, no level 2 for the Shadowhunter yet though. Focus needs to try to get level 3 Shadowhunter before the push of Happy hits. If he doesn't manage to get level 3 Shadowhunter, it will be a lot harder for him to actually keep his Blade Master alive. So he would definitely like to have the level 3 Shadowhunter, and he will probably still be able to get it in time. Blade Master use the Clarity to have some more mana for more Windwalks. He wants to harass the Undead a little bit, make sure that he doesn't take too much creeps from the map, make sure he doesn't get too much XP. And there we go, another statue coming in. And with that statue then he will go for the push, get a Pit Lord on the way as well, most likely. And also what I forgot to mention in the last game is that there's Spirit Walkers to dispel Howling Terror, but it usually still does not get dispelled, because you don't have so many Spirit Walkers in this matchup as Orc, and they oftentimes also get picked off quite fast. And the main thing is anyway, if you dispel the Howling Terror, it also means dispelling your own Spirit Link at the same time, and that's not what you want at all. So usually you don't dispel the Howling Terror as Orc, because you want to rather keep your Spirit Link alive. So it doesn't matter for Happy that there's dispel, since it's not really going to be used anyway, and if it's going to be used, then it's going to hurt Focus at the same time. And there we go, there's the orb for the Lich. He still needs some gold to be able to afford that Pit Lord. He's getting another Sigurd, because he's going to go up to 50 supply with that Pit Lord, and he needs to have that Sigurd, so he has some open supply still, so he can actually morph those Destroyers, since it costs 2 supply for those who maybe don't know. And that Shadowhunter 4 experience points away from the level up, he really still needs that. So he might still creep the whole expansion spot here, and it definitely does look like that. He sold the Delirious Fruit of Accuracy, doesn't really want it as Orc. I mean, it works on his Shadowhunter, Coda Beast, Headhunters, and Spirit Walker, but it's still not really good enough for him. He rather wants to have the gold to invest into, let's say, a mana potion. Robe of the Magi for his Shadowhunter, that's really good. 450 mana, he has a lot of mana to spend. That's really good for Focus at this point. And he's at 50 supply as well, getting his 5th barrow already as well, and the reinforced defenses upgrade so they can't get killed as easily. And we already see the first destroyer for Happy as well. Now he's moving towards the middle of the map, and will most likely get his Pit Lord there. I think it's quite unlikely that he will go for dual hero play, so he will most likely still go for the Pit Lord as soon as he goes for a push, but let's see. The Lich definitely has quite some damage output already. He's pretty close to level 3, but he cannot get it because, well, he can still get it in the middle of the map here actually, So he still has some chances there. And let's see what Focus gets here. This item is really important for Focus now. Greater Mana Potion would be awesome. Greater Invul would be really good as well, though one of Mana Stealing, definitely not the item that he wanted to get. But at least it's better than the Scroll of the Beast. But Focus is like, no, I don't like the one of Mana Stealing, I'll just not pick it up. Like, I'll just leave it there, I don't like it. And he doesn't pick it up at all. So, rip one of Mana Stealing. It might never be found again in this game. And rip a potential 200 gold for Focus. Or some mana. And there we go now. There's the Pit Lord. There's the 59 supply push from Happy. 3 destroyers already. He's going to have a destroyer play, it seems. And Focus still on 50 supply. And there we go! It's the Sepper play. He doesn't have Speed Scroll. He actually does have Speed Scroll for it, never mind. But he's not moving it in yet. Because there's a TP coming already. So he's just going to TP out and leave the Sepper here. And use it later on. But the Kodo, it didn't get TP'd. It was too late to the fight. So this one will still get picked off. That is really unfortunate for Focus and gonna hurt him quite a bit. And Focus, he doesn't want to go for a straight up fight yet. He doesn't feel ready for it, it seems. He got the only Spirit Walker that he had got nuked out while he was TPing out. So no more Spirit Walker for him. His Kodo also got killed, so no Kodo for him so far. He's rebuilding it right now. And Focus just wants to go for a longer game. He's setting up towers here already for an expansion, maybe even gonna go for a tiny Great Hall. He has to rebuild his shop though, because that one got killed by Happy. And there we go, double Sepper play. He has a Scroll of the Speed, and there's basically nothing you can do against this S Undead except for camping in your base. And he's gonna lose Sigurats all over the place. There we go, 2 of them are dead already. He's gonna lose another 2. And he's gonna be supply blocked until forever. If Focus manages to pick up some Acolytes now as well, Happy won't be able to rebuild his Acolytes for a long time. And all Focus has to do now is stay alive. The thing is, how does he do that? Those towers got picked off already, and Focus is in a nice position here, economy-wise, but he's not in the best position regarding a straight-up fight. He's lower on supply, although he basically caught up with it quite a bit. He can still get reinforcements while Happy can't, but let's see if that actually matters. Happy definitely has to do something now though, and Focus is actually going for full base trade style. He got 2 Acolytes killed, so he also can't rebuild Sigurats right now, Happy that is, because the Blade Mass is still in the base. There is a TP for the DK, so Happy can get back to defend. But if Happy TPs now, that's exactly what Focus wants. And if Focus doesn't TP, it's just gonna continue with insane base race, and Focus will have the edge with this kind of base race. So beautiful play by Focus. Some consider it to be really lame and hate people for this. But in the end, Grubby also likes to say, laming is just another way of playing good, and Focus is proving that here. He lost the Coda here in the process, almost lost the Headhunter, barely got him out of there with 19 HP. And the thing is, Happy lost every single Acolyte. He's heavily supply blocked, so he can't do anything. His economy is dead. He will never ever be able to get it back. So all that Happy has is the army that he has now and nothing else. And he bought a Staff of Teleportation to be able to somehow defend this a little bit. He can't invest into TP anymore, he doesn't have the gold for it. What Happy wants now is a straight up fight to just try to decide the game that way, but that's not what Focus is gonna let happen. He's already going for pillage. He's like, oh, screw you dude, I'm not gonna go for a straight up fight, I'm just gonna go for summer baseline. And the thing with Happy is, you could now say, oh, why doesn't he just move straight into Focus space and pressure him into a fight? If he moves straight into Focus space, Focus is already prepared to move into Happy space at roughly the same time. So if Happy leaves his base, Focus is gonna move in there and kill more buildings and pressure him back again. Then Happy could just try to go for base race, but Focus is definitely gonna win that with his raiders. And with his reinforced defenses upgrade and such. Focus already knows that Happy is completely screwed. He just saw that Happy cannot rebuild his Acolytes, he has no chance of rebuilding them. So he's already getting towers because he knows the longer that he waits, the better it is gonna get for him. And Happy, if he would try to go for a straight up base race now, he would lose it. If he tries to defend, he loses as well because he can't get his economy back. He has no economy. If he just camps here, Focus can just expand, he gets more units, he gets more gold, and time is on Focus's side. But at the same time, Happy needs to get something done now, but he's in a position where he can't get anything done now, because as soon as he moves, as I explained already, if he moves in focus space, focus is going to move into his space, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, being in this kind of position as Happy now really sucks. 1.6k more gold already mined for focus. So he already has a lot more gold in that regard. He's really close to double level up. That would do a lot for him for the level 2 crit. Scouting around more with his Blade Master. He sees that Happy is still rather defensive, so he's like, I don't want to fight. Because the last thing that Focus wants to do now is going for a straight up fight. Because Happy, the best chance for Happy still is going for a straight up fight now. And the longer this game goes, the worse it is for him. Because, like, he's playing without any economy. None at all. He won't be able to ever get his economy back. Focus knows it. He has a tower defender. Has the Coda Beast in his base because the Coda Beast is a little too slow for the rest of the army, so he doesn't want to use it for this kind of base racing because it would easily get picked off. TP for the Blade Master, and he at least gets a pick off on the Raider. Blade Master might have to use the TP. He's too low on mana for a Windwalk right now. He can still Invul Pot now and then Windwalk, but he doesn't want to risk it TP straight away. Because if he would have Invul Potted now, waited for Windwalk and Windwalk out, Happy could have just gone straight into Focus's base maybe, and then Focus wouldn't have had enough time to heal up and so on. Nice defensive shot by Focus, I really like that. It's basically at the end of the map and it's really hard for Happy to pick off. So Focus doesn't want to risk losing a shop again. And this will most likely be 1-1 for Focus. Focus will definitely... I would say Focus will definitely be able to equalize this game now. Well, actually, Focus was too slow with getting into position again for a base race, so he might actually have to go for a straight up fight. But even if he's in a bad position or like late with going for the base race, he's still gonna go for it. And also what Focus could do is he could just go at some sappers here again to help with base racing, but Happy is already prepared for that with a destroyer here, scouting for it all the time. He's pretty paranoid regarding that, for a good reason though. And the longer Focus can wait here, the better it is for him. I mean, Happy could still come back into this with like getting a nice pick off on the Blade Master here, if Focus is not careful enough, and then trying to go for like a fight or a base trade. But Focus just getting more towers, he has 1k gold. Like, he's suddenly spending his gold. It's just crazy. Now he's getting a burrow though, and now Happy can actually force a straight up fight. Maybe Focus was a little too greedy. He didn't spend his gold in time, he's not doing anything with it. But he's still in a good shape to go for a straight up fight nonetheless. Kodo is getting picked off quite fast though, still surviving for now though with the Spirit Link and the heal wave. And there's so much for Focus, he's still invested into some items here. And this fight is looking really great for him. I mean, Happy didn't get gold for such a long time. Focus has got 3.3k more gold than Happy in this game. And it's really looking bad for Happy at this point. This is Happy's only chance, but it's not working out. It took him too long to be able to go for a straight up fight. Focus had just had full control over this game, and it's 1-1.